What up, people? Coach V, New Breed Boxing. How many amateur fights do you need before you turn professional, or do you need any amateur experience? Great question from my man, Alfonso. So it depends on where you live, and depends on who you are. So everyone has a different set of circumstances. It's case by case. I know some of you guys probably just came out of watching Creed 3 and think you're going to walk into the local gym and beat the hell out of whoever the top dog is and get an opportunity, but that's not going to happen. That's not realistic. I'm going to tell you what the facts are. I'm going to tell you what I've seen, and I'm going to give you some examples you can judge for yourself. So basically, on the extreme, you got guys like Lomachenko, 396-1, Guillermo Rigondeaux, 374-12. Those were their records. Couple of gold medals, amazing, illustrious amateur background. To me, it was overkill. I think they should have stopped their amateur career maybe halfway through. But again, they lived in a communist country. Wasn't an option. They had to wait till the opportunity presented itself. They couldn't force it. I think when you have too many amateur fights, it takes away from your longevity as a professional, because you're still getting all that wear and tear on your body. And you can only chop a tree so many times before it falls down. You got a short lifespan in the competitive side of boxing. So you want to preserve yourself. So you want to get the experience just enough, but then you want to move on when the time is right. Not too soon, not too late. Timing is everything. You also got guys, that moved very quickly, and had exceptional careers. My coach trained Jesse James Leha. He wasn't allowed to fight, and quite a few other guys. But he wasn't allowed to fight till he was 18. He had like about 30-something amateur fights, got a national title, turned pro, had a great professional career. Rocky Marciano, horrible amateur record, 8-4. To this day has one of the most illustrious records as a professional heavyweight. But very different times, very different circumstances. Plus, he was a unique guy. He was very durable and very tenacious, and he made up for his lack of experience with that. I don't recommend that to most people, because you're playing a dangerous game with your health. You got to look at it like, some guys are athletic and they're learning quick. So you can push them along a little faster. But like I say, when you skip levels, you're going to eventually graduate to the point where you are going to get an opportunity against somebody that's legitimately experienced in ways that you're not. And you only going to have a puncher's chance. Take the chance. I mean, if that's all you got, I guess, that's on you. Personally, I'd rather see you, pass a few milestones. So here are my milestones. If I was going to take a guy and try to move him along quickly, in my opinion, I've seen, a couple of guys get, the experience they need in just the gym. No amateur background. They were just living in the gym, sparring number pros. And when I say sparring number pros, I'm talking about not going light. I'm talking about really fighting in the ring. If you can hang with a professional fighter that with a winning record, that's at least a journeyman, I say you have what it takes to go pro. Now, to have a successful career, to move on to become a championship level, or at least a contender, then you got to be sparring guys that are on that level, unrestricted, and looking good. That's just my personal thing. If you could do that, and I'm not talking, again, I'm talking about the guys working with you. Like, a lot of big name fighters will get in the ring with anybody, and then they go running around, yeah, I was in the ring with such and such. Yeah, well, he was throwing just his jab. Well, he wasn't really trying to hurt you. You know what I mean? You get a false sense of security. You got to be in there with somebody that's like, yo, that guy legitimately pushed me. And I pushed back, and it was a good, it was a good experience, learning experience. You know what I mean? To me, on your own, because you're not going to have, like I said, if you try to come up without the big amateur background, you're not going to have the top managers and promoters fighting over you. So you got to be in control of your diet. You got to be in control of your discipline, your road work. You got to maintain your health and physicality at the maximum optimal level on your own until you get in position to afford these other people that can help you out. So yeah, experience in the gym, in the ring, getting your weight class dialed in, and getting, to the optimal level of health, and maintaining that, and understanding what level you have to stay at to have that combat readiness for your, for your boxing engagements. you got to make sure that you have the right coach and the right manager. And obviously, like I said, you're not going to have the best of the best coming at you, probably, unless you know people. So you're going to have to do your homework and try to find one of those diamonds in the rough, those good coaches that can protect you and match you properly. Because that's another thing. You know, when you don't know a lot, you might have some overzealous coach that don't really have the background to develop you, and he's just trying to get out there and get his name known or get his experience and using you for a guinea pig. And next thing you know, you end up getting, seriously hurt, because there's a big difference between the amateur level and the professional level. As far as safety is concerned, the professional side of boxing is 1,000 times more dangerous. And that's where people start getting into, brain damage, fatalities. In the amateurs, it's very rare. It's almost non-existent. But, when you're talking longer rounds, longer fights, smaller gloves, referees letting certain things slide, guys that are just brutally, efficient and hurting people. It's not even about the sport anymore. It's about violence. It's a whole different level. So you got to make sure you got the right people in your corner and make sure you're ready. That's pretty much my take on it. I hope you found this informative. Like, subscribe, comment, share. Go check me out on Instagram at coach.v_. Online course is out now. Link is in the description. It's phenomenal. Go check that out. Till the next time, we up out of here. Out.